I'm sure we all have experienced getting one-shotted by an NPC, but have you ever experienced getting one-shotted by a player? Because I haven't until today or yesterday or maybe a few days ago, depending on what day I'm gonna upload this video. I got one-shotted by a player and I could not believe it, especially because I was a tanktician. And here's the thing, because I wasn't surprised he was killing a tanktician in one shot. That's very possible if you have a pulse and deal enough damage, but I was surprised because we found out this guy is a streamer and he was actually killing 4-man squads on his own, and he all managed to do that in a matter of a minute. So I was so surprised and so jealous of his build that I made one similar to his for myself. So I was streaming a couple of hours with this build and people were also very surprised, asking me what my build was, how I could kill people so fast, and I will put all of that footage later in this video. I will talk about how you can win from a shotgunner like this, or at least stay alive from a shotgunner. I will tell you what shotgunners do to kill people so quick, and I will show you everything you need to make a build like this. So without further ado, let's get into it. So it all makes sense, right? You need enough firearms to get that increase on your shotgun damage and enough toughness to actually survive the shithole NPCs. So why am I using so many mod slots for skill power? Shouldn't I be using that for firearms to get more damage? Well, that's the point. You absolutely need at least 30k skill power to get a nice pulse. Because that's the thing with shotguns, you are gonna be shooting little shotgun shells inside of someone's head. If you're accurate enough though, you'll be able to quickscope people literally inside their head. And all of those little shotgun shells will be numbers. And you need those numbers to be the highest as possible. And that pulse will help you with a lot more crit hit chance and crit hit damage. And we all know that crit hit numbers will beat out any kind of damage number in a division. Even headshot damage numbers. So yes, skill power is absolutely necessary if you are planning to be shotgunning in the dark zone. Though if you always have a tank as your teammate that always has that maxed out pulse, don't bother trading your skill for something else, like a shock turret to keep them steady, or maybe a smart cover to deal out even more damage. Or even forget about the skill power because you always have a tanktician as your teammate. Also make sure you have enough firearms because every firearm point gives you 1% extra damage for every weapon you use. And that's really necessary as a shotgunner because you're planning to deal out as much damage in one shot as you can. Also, I'm not using a rate of fire extended mag, I'm using a weapon damage extended mag because yes, again, we are trying to deal out as much damage as possible in a matter of a second. On your shotgun, I will try to get as much base damage as you possibly can, and if you manage to get something like responsive and brutal because you're always gonna be close in range and headshot people, you basically just got yourself the best shotgun ever. You don't really need to worry about your primary or secondary depending on where you put your shotgun, because every shot you shoot as a shotgunner has got to be a hit, or you will at least try to make it a hit. So you're gonna be very precisely and not wasting ammo at all. But if you're interested, what I'm using is an MP7 because that's basically the best SMG you can have in this patch. Mine has Brutal, Deadly and Fierce, which I'm very lucky to have. It's also a 204 with crit hit chance instead of crit hit damage, which I like to have, but it's not bad to have a 229. And last but not least, get yourself a toughness number that you're comfortable with and you're good to go. I have chosen to have around 400k toughness because that's enough for me to survive, and also because I was trying to make a build similar like his, and he has around 390k toughness. And 400k toughness is not a lot, so don't be the tanky guy that just tries to tank everyone's bullets, because you will find yourself in situations where you just have to ult, you have no other choice, and that's all okay because if you have around 30k skill power, you will get it back very fast. Now that we have talked about the build, let's get into quick scoping, because that's what I'm doing literally when I'm trying to kill people. It will not be as easy for you if you are on PC, but I will explain what it does. If you play on console, you have something called aim assist. It helps you to stay on the target and it helps you to move with the target. You could literally just aim and not move any of your analog sticks and your screen will move with the target. So now that you know what it does, we are gonna be using it in our advantage. All you have to do is move your screen a little bit above their head and keep them a little bit in the middle, and as soon as you aim, your balloon will move on the head automatically because that's the most nearby target that it can find, and it knows you mean to shoot its head but you're not very accurate with the controller, so the aim assist says, okay, I'm gonna shoot on the head because that's the most nearby target that it can find. I'm not trying to protect the aim assist here because I know it sucks and you don't need any skill for it at all, but we just cannot be very accurate with the controller. If you gave me a mouse and a keyboard, damn, I will be even more accurate, but we don't have that on console, so we're gonna use the aim assist in our advantage anyway. So earlier in this video I said I was gonna tell you how you could survive a shotgunner. It doesn't mean you can survive NPC shotgunners because I just don't know how they think. I don't know how they react to people's movements, but I know on console your sensitivity cannot be very high because we only have 30 frames per second, which is pretty garbage. But we can also use that in our advantage because your screen cannot move so fast. You just circle around someone or move very fast and they won't be able to keep up with you. Though if you roll around, you're a pretty easy target for a shotgunner. Not for an SMG, not for an AR, but for a shotgunner you are still an easy target. So what I'm trying to say is be a monkey, be very fast and move a lot, but don't roll around and think you're impossible to kill. I even went rogue on a non-hostile agent that was rolling in front of me and I was not even trying to, so imagine what it is like if you're trying to shoot someone that's rolling around. Anyway guys, that's all that I have for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, I really appreciate it. And don't forget to comment down below where you are from because I'm very interested and curious. And I will see you guys in the next one.